I finished transplanting it. Here it is, the Dana's Delight. And let's see. I guess you can see it. The light's getting darker out. It's about 8:30 now. I turned the light on, but according to my screen it looks pretty bright, which is good. Here it is. There's the level. You know, it's about a half an inch below the rim, something like that. There's a good about an inch of space between the old root ball and the new, something like that. There's room to grow. Maybe I'll have to transplant it next year, maybe not. I sure don't want to divide it. I like a big plant. So now I'm just going to place it back in its water tray, which is in a pot that I bought at Home Depot. It's a ceramic pot. It looks like an old chipped porcelain metal pan, but it's really just ceramic that's been glazed to look that way. So when I stick that in there, the water actually overflows, so that's pretty deep. I'm going to leave it there. I want to let that pot and that new sphagnum moss, yeah, that's pretty dark. I want to let the new sphagnum moss pick up as much of that water as it can before I reduce the level. Already it's reducing. Man, it's sucking it up. That's good. Alright, and I did just put some new sphagnum moss in these 2.5 inch pots. I'm going to transplant some of the seedlings of the Drosera spatulata, excuse me, right here. Let's see if I can get it in the light. See, here they are. Got some new, there it is, there's the new flower stalk. The flowers should be blooming tomorrow, maybe. There's two stalks, actually 3 stalks coming up. 4 stalks coming up off of the one plant. Lots of seedlings in there. Can you really tell if they're there? The whole surface of this pot is covered with small seedlings of this plant from last year. Oh, I don't know how many there are. I'd say there's at least a good 20 or 30 of them. So I'm going to try to tease some out of there tomorrow. Maybe not tomorrow, but tease some out soon and put them in these pots to transplant them. Really, it should only have 1 in each. But I'll I'll put a couple of them in there and I'll give some to my friends. It is spoonleaf sundew, Drosera spatulata. I kept these indoors this winter, and boy did they do better. I had them outdoors last year, or the year before, and they almost all croaked. Not outdoors, I should say, but in the cold greenhouse, and they certainly didn't like that. Now here's my other pot. There's 3 of them in there too. Okay. Any seedlings? Yeah, I'd see. There's 1, 2, a good 2 of them or so, 2 or 3. Not as many as in the other pot. New flower stalks coming up. There, I turned it at the right angle. That one's still pretty small. This one over on it's right in front of my thumb has a lot just down at the center of the plant. So, loaded with dew. Some people say to get some wingless fruit flies and sprinkle them on the top of the plants. I've never done that. I just let them fend for themselves. Here's let's see, it's Sarracenia purpurea, the seedling I bought at Lowe's this year. I got it very soon after they arrived. It was in a little plastic case. I left it in its same container, and come to think of it, this would be a good time to transplant them. I would have to mix up a little more peat moss, but not that much, and I'll put it in a bigger pot. This is in a, it looks like it's about 1.5 inch square pot. Well, it's sure doing good. It's putting out new pictures. I have to fill it up with, well, no, there's still water in them. There's still water in the bottom of those pitchers. Wish I could get a close-up. Still in focus. I'm trying to watch the focus. Looks a little overexposed. This is the incandescent light of our back porch light. So, I think I will transplant this. This is in long-fibered peat moss. I can see that that's what they have on the top. I think it's actually the entire pot is long-fibered. Let me set this down a minute. Here, let's see. Ah! I just poured all the water from the pitchers on top of the video camera. Oh, that's not a good thing. Alright, that wasn't too smart. Let me get out of it. Come on, get out, out. It's not coming out of the pot too easily. I'm squeezing the pot side by side. Here it comes. It's dropping out. Okay, now it came out. Alright, so let me show you that. That's it. Now, let me look closer. I don't see any, well, I see a couple roots on the bottom. But that's definitely long-fibered peat moss, pure long-fibered peat moss. Well, there's a maple leaf.